brought to you by USG Canada, the best gear in boxing. This is the third and final style of the Final Shot podcast gloves. We've had the Grant style with the 4 cuff. We've had the straight cuff style. Now we've got the 3 rib style. USG Canada, they make all my gear, boxing gloves. They make headgear, groin guards, whatever the fuck you want to get, you can get at USG Canada. Hit up my boy Howie on Facebook, or you can send him an email, howie@usgcanada.com, to place all your orders. For all the professional athletes out there, the window of time to get a full sponsorship from USG Canada has closed. The team is full. We got Cody the Crippler Crowley. We've got Ryan the Real Deal Ford. We've got Nathan Millier. There's a ton of guys that are sponsored by USG Canada. And if you want to be taken into further considerations for sponsorship from them, sign up for their 50% off program. And you will be taken into consideration for their 2020 sponsorship team. USG Canada, make the best shit in boxing. We're also brought to you by Onnit. If you're not on it, get on it at onnit.com/TFS podcast and save 10%. Go over, take a look at the Onnit Academy. There's a whole bunch of stuff on the Onnit Academy. Diets, fucking workouts, all free. Go check them out and pick up some fucking Alpha Brain, some Shroom Tech Sport. Get healthy, get some Shroom Tech immune. Don't be like Derek and have fucking H1N1 or the fucking bird flu or whatever the hell he has. Be tracking that all around all over the place. Just go get some Shroom Tech Immune and get healthy. Again, it's www.onnit.com/TFS podcast and save 10%. We're also brought to you by Sovereign Extracts. These guys supply me with all my CBD needs. Go check them out on the Instagrams at Sovereign Extracts. These things are dope, man. You just put them in a little vaporizer pen and you puff away and you're getting THC or CBD, whatever floats your boat. Sovereign Extracts. And last but not least, we're brought to you by the best fight shop in Alberta, the Clinch Fight Shop. And if you guys make an order online and you use the promo code The Bad Guy, you're going to save 10%. But Sunil's got everything in there, from fucking mats to tie liniment, albaline, you name it, he's got it. So go hit up my boy Sunil at the Clinch Fight Shop, use the promo code The Bad Guy and save 10%. So, today on the podcast, we've got one of the best boxers in Canada coming on. And he is the CPBC Canadian champion, North American champion, and the international champion. It's Cody the Crippler Crowley. Let's go fucking talk. All right, welcome back to the Final Shot podcast. Today, I have a guy that I've been trying to get on here for a half a minute. But he is the CPBC Canadian champion, North American champion, international champion. It's Cody the Crippler Crowley, and his coach that's not in frame right now. But there he is.
Damn.
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. Good. Just busy day. What are you doing?
Well, I was supposed to go snowmobiling, but now we're gonna do the podcast because we're gonna talk some shit.
Dope.
Yeah. So, Cody, you just fought in both of our hometowns, actually. I was born in Peterborough, Ontario, September 3rd, 1982.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No way. Would you ever go back?
Fuck no.
You gotta come back for a fight.
Yeah, man. You got to come back, watch me fight.
Listen, Don Collette is trying to talk me into going back to Peterborough to fight.
Oh, yeah, he did tell me that this morning. Yeah.
How old are you?
Cruiserweight, right?
How old?
Cruiserweight. I'm 36 years old now.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, you got one in you.
I think I got like 10.
We could try to make it work. You know, I'm a promoter now, too, so.
I know, and I was like, Don, tell Cody to take that goddamn show anywhere else but Peterborough, and I'll show up.
You got fans in Peterborough?
I got a lot of haters.
Hey, they buy tickets, too.
Listen, the haters will spend way more money than the fans, trust me.
Yep, I agree.
But I did watch the last show. My boy Howie was there, and he did some live video. I watched your fight against Stuart McLennan, and you put on a hell of a show. I liked it.
Yeah, that was my worst performance of my whole career, to say the least. I've been dealing with some health issues.
Okay.
And going from barely being able to run a mile a couple days before the fight to still going out there and busting out 12 rounds like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to do.
What kind of?
But my coach, he puts me in uncomfortable situations all the time, pretty much every single day. So it's just another day in the office. You know what you got to do. You got to go out there and win under any circumstance, no matter what,
No excuses.
no matter if I only have one arm or one foot. You go in there and you get the job done. So that's exactly what I did. It wasn't pretty, but at the end of the day, we got another win, and we're top 25 in the world now.
Well, as I was watching the fight, I was confused because I was like, what the fuck is Cody doing? Because you got way more skill than Stewart, and that's exactly the fight that Stewart wanted you to fight. It was a dog fight. And you still won.
Yeah, a dog fight with zero energy in me, and I still won.
Yeah, you did good. But that's exactly what Stewart wanted you to do. And I was like, oh, shit. Is this one of those things where Cody wants to beat this guy at his own game? Or what the fuck was going on? But
Survival. It was survival.
I respect it.
It was one of those things where we had a show. The show must go on. You don't want to disappoint the fans, and you do it anyway. Because it's very rarely in boxing are you going to ever go to the ring 100%.
It's very true.
You know?
And
So,
I respect the effort. I want.
Yeah, if it wasn't my show, I probably would have pulled out.
Okay.
But it's not just my fight, right?
Yeah.
So that's totally unfair to all the other fighters that have went months and months preparing for a fight. So I just kind of swallow my own how I'm feeling, and we go out there and get the job done.
Like pretty much, Cody was having an extreme allergic reaction that was causing his body to seize up, and but this happened before to him when he had this allergic reaction, and a lot of like right now we don't know what food is causing it, and so just to give you an idea, when we were in the back, like we don't tell everybody this because like there's no excuses. If you step into the ring, you gotta win. Nobody want to hear what you gotta say. Just win, right? But when we were in the back doing pads, and and Cody was hitting me, and before you go out, you let the fighter throw like a couple hard was like pop pop, just to get that crack in there, get him pumped up, and he hit me. He was like, yeah, coach, how I'm punching, and I was like, was you trying to punch me? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, you good, but my brain, I said, oh my God, we in trouble. Because he wasn't punching like nothing. He had, zero power. There was zero power in it. I mean, but
clear example. Stuart McCullough won 12 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, Stuart was getting hit with clean punches, but I knew it was zero. It was nothing on his punches. I mean, in one fight, Cody's knocking somebody out of the ring.
Yeah.
Then the next fight, he's hitting the guy clean, and the guy's still there, not even getting buzzed. You understand? But like I said, to me, I don't like to, start telling people stuff like that while, during the time of the battle, because to me, it sounds like you're making excuses. But now it's done. Everybody see we didn't make no excuses. So we just now we want everybody to know all sides of the boxing. That's one of the things we try to do.
It's good, though, because a lot of people don't understand what it takes to get in the ring, to compete, and 99.9% of the time, all the guys and girls that jump in the ring or the cage or whatever the fuck they're fighting in, they're never 100%.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So to hear...
Try dealing with promoting the show,
No.
running it, dealing with your own health issues, and then getting in the ring at the same time.
No, I'm not doing that, ever.
Pretty crazy.
Tell me what it means. Like I'm gonna shit on Peterborough, Ontario a lot because I'm from there. I don't like it, but to represent your town in the biggest venue in that town, which is the Peterborough Memorial Center where the Peterborough Petes play. Tell me what that means to you.
The very first show we put on, it was pretty, it was a surreal feeling, I remember I was in the hospital one time when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and the Peterborough Petes, some of the players were coming through the hospital, right, and giving me signed autographs, gave me tickets to their next game, And I remember going to that Memorial Center being like, wow, these guys are somebody. You know, they must be somebody. Look, the whole entire city comes out to watch them. Well, we're doing that, but we don't have a whole entire team. We don't have a whole entire 20-man team.
Yeah.
You know, we're filling that place up, and there's 4,000 people in that arena screaming one person's name.
Yeah.
Not a team's name. So that type of feeling, it's that's why I love fighting at home, man.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. When I was a kid, I used to go to all the Pete's games, go give them high fives as they're coming out.
Yeah, there's celebrities in that town.
So, huge celebrities. I went to school with them. Like I went to Thomas A. Stewart. So that was the Pete school when you go there. But like to be able to walk out in an arena where these guys that are icons in that town, it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we've been back now 3 times in Peterborough, and the support just gets better and better and better, man. You know what? People can say it's a small town. You know, there's a lot of drugs going on, a lot of people without jobs, homeless, and everything like that. But man, for a small, crappy town like that, they come together.
Well, Peterborough's not exactly small. There's 100 and some odd thousand people there.
Yeah, but it feels small. You know, you got that 1/4 mile of George Street with about 3 nightclubs. That's your whole downtown.
Yeah. What is it? Sin City? Is the vibe still there?
Oh, Sin City's gone. The vibe's gone. You wouldn't even recognize it, man.
Shit, I used to bounce at the Purple Rooster. That's probably gone.
I never even heard of it.
See, I'm dating myself now. Motherfuckers. How old are you, Cody? You're 20-something?
25.
25. So I've got a decade on you. Now, I did know some Crowleys from back in the day I used to kick around with, going down to the where they do the music down at the thing by the water. What the hell's that called?
Oh, yeah. The festivals or Delcroix Park.
Yeah, Delcroix Park. That's it. See, this is a throwback for me. This is all different kinds of fucked up for me.
Every Wednesday and Saturday night.
In the summer, yeah. I used to kick around with some Crowleys.
Okay. Chances are I don't know them. I don't know any Crowleys at all.
Now, are you a Crowley from Duro?
Yeah, I'm a Crowley from Duro. I don't all my dad's family lives right in Duro.
Okay.
I've never met them before.
Now here's a Peterborough joke for you. Then, are you from the dumber side of Duro?
I never heard that one. Nah.
So there's the township line. There's the Duro township and then the dumber township. So it's either you're on the dumber side of Duro or.
Yeah. All right, I believe you're from Peterborough now.
Yeah, I trust me. I try to deny it, but it's not bad.
I rep Peterborough hard, man. That's my city.
You love it, eh?
Yeah, I got Peterborough tatted right on my arm.
Shut the front door.
So why do you like Peterborough so much?
Listen, man. When you go to jail, it's not fun. Like when you spend some time in the Lindsay bucket for some dumb shit you did downtown Peterborough, it's not fun.
Oh. Peterborough Bing.
Got it.
That's tough.
I don't mind it. I don't mind Peterborough. A lot of high school friends are still kicking around there. Public school friends. My family still lives there, so I like to make fun of it.
You know, it like the people in the town. That's what I love.
Yeah.
You know, everybody knows everybody. But they all do have this same small town mentality. When they do see somebody make it, they will almost try to exile you because you're doing something that they're not doing right or not capable of doing. I've seen that happen to a lot of people I know. But the one thing that I've done, the more successful I get, the more everyone just embraces it. I don't know if it's because it's a first of something. I'm not just the 1,000th kid from Peterborough to make it to the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got a totally different path that no one's ever really seen or watched before. So I think they just kind of all enjoy it.
Well, about a year ago, I was approached by somebody, and they said, "Oh, there's a kid from Peterborough, Ontario, who's making big waves in boxing." I said, "Fucking bullshit."
Exactly.
And then they said, "Go look up Cody Crowley." I said, "All right," and I was like, "Oh, motherfucker!" And he's a southpaw.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, good on you, man. It's not a lot of times that you hear good things coming out of Peterborough, but you're one of them.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Now, let's get off this stupid Peterborough subject. Where are you located now? Are you in Vegas?
Sin City.
Sin City. Now, is this your permanent residence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Where we live, this is the fight capital of the world, right? I was told if you want to make it in this sport, you gotta put yourself in the best possible situation. So that's what I did. I packed a one-way ticket in a bag to Vegas and never looked back.
and what are you doing over there? Is it just strictly boxing?
Just strictly boxing.
Okay.
I'm not wrestling guys on the ground or kicking people.
No regular job?
No, we box full time.
Okay.
Eat, sleep, breathe boxing.
So what are you doing for cash then? Is it just you're training people, winning fights?
Fight game, man.
Okay.
We got a whole team behind us. Me and Ibn are the face of the team, but we have a whole team behind us. And we wake up every day. Typical day for me, I wake up at like 7, walk my dogs. We're at the gym from like 9 till noon. Go home, put my feet up, rest, and then back at the gym at like 5 o'clock, do all my road work, and then go to sleep 6 days a week.
That sounds like the life.
Yeah, I don't go out. We really do nothing but boxing.
No drinking,
So,
no partying.
Nope.
None of that.
I missed out on all kinds of fun. It's people think I'm living the life here in Las Vegas. They picture me being at clubs, driving fancy cars, all these crazy exotic women. It's me and this man in the gym.
Just
all day
kicking
long.
it.
Yeah.
Just mean mugging each other.
That's what happens though when you spend so much time with a coach or something like that. You guys love each other, but at the same time, like, oh fuck, I don't want to do this with you today.
Yeah, like yesterday, right? So we were at the gym from 9 till I got at the gym at 12:30. I can pull up my phone log right now. 1:04. FaceTime pops up. This ugly face. Talking about boxing.
Oh shit.
30 minutes out of the gym after 3.5 hours in the gym. That's all we do.
That's it.
The sacrifice you got to make. If you want to be great, you got to kind of sacrifice your blood, right?
Yeah, my girlfriend has like a hate and love relationship with him because she loves him at the time that he's turning me into somebody and setting our future up. But she hates it, the fact that she can't get me for more than like 2 hours without him pulling up or calling or.
Well, Cody, at some point you're gonna find yourself a wife like myself. I've been married now for 5 years, been with her for 10. She's gone through this really weird road with me of combat sports from MMA to kickboxing, where before I never worked. It was just train. That's it. They learn to hate it, but love it at the same time. But
Yeah, no, I can't complain. My girl moved here from Peterborough as well with me.
Shit.
No family, no friends here. She's been here 4 years now, sacrificing day in, day out with me.
Wow.
So she misses birthdays, her friends' funerals, weddings, everything, just like me. So
Fuck. Now, tell me how this works then, because you guys are obviously Canadian citizens. Do you have a work visa?
I got a P1 professional athlete visa.
Okay. And then you can stay there as long as you want?
I got it granted a 5-year visa when I signed a 5-year contract to Top Rank.
Oh.
So, yeah, so that visa is actually coming up later on this year. I'm working on right now, renewing it.
I've heard of this Top Rank contract. You don't compete for them though.
I fought my first 2 fights with them.
Okay.
I made my pro debut on the Crawford Gamboa undercard, and then I fought here in Vegas at the Cosmo on the Rio Chavez HBO card. And then after that, I didn't really mean much to them. They didn't really see too much, as coming from Canada in Peterborough especially. Safe to say, a lack of professional training. I had. So, my coach at the time, he's seen something, but he was like, right now, we're nowhere near the final product. And they really they don't see it or maybe believe in it, so it's just kind of sink or swim.
Yeah.
They don't have that much money invested in you, so they were putting me in really tough for my third and fourth fight, and Ibn had faith in me where he's like, you know what, I think we can do this on our own without the help of these big hands. So luckily we got a mutual release, and took it from there. Now we're 17-0, doing it on our own terms, with our own promotional company.
Now, how did you get linked up with this good-looking guy beside you?
I like you, man. I like this guy right here. Anytime you want to do the podcast, we're there.
So to take it back, I used to come to Vegas when I was like 16, 17, just trying to get better training, right? So me and my dad, we came down here for a UFC event.
Yeah.
And do you remember Tap Out Clothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tap Out, it was huge back then, right, when I was younger. They had a Tap Out training facility right here.
Yeah.
And so me and my dad came down for a UFC event, but I had a fight coming up, so I wanted to get some training in. We went to the gym. The boxing coach there was like, hey, man, you ever want to come live with me for the summer? I'll train you, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, I moved there the next summer, lived with them.
Sound like some Michael Jackson stuff.
I lived with him, trained with him, and then the owner of the gym one time, he's like, hey, man, I know that house is a little bit tight. If you ever just want to crash it at my spot, you can. So I went there one day, and 6 months later, I was still there. So I had a great relationship with that man. And then when I decided to go pro, give it a good shot, a couple of years later, I hit him up and said, can you help me out? He was all for it. He had a friend, one of his good friends was in the boxing game, and he knew Ibn. And so he said, we're going to try a couple different boxing coaches out here. Ibn's was the first doorstep that I got dropped off at. And here we are today. At first, Ibn wasn't even going to train me because I was so garbage.
No.
Yeah. Tell him, man.
No.
Tell him.
That's not true.
It's not true?
It wasn't that I wasn't going to train him, but he was dropped off on my doorstep to be analyzed and critiqued and to see if he was worth investing in by the money guys that I knew. So they asked me, what do you think we got here? And I said, no, don't waste your money. It was one of those type of things. It wasn't that I wouldn't train them. It was just I was just giving them my honest opinion on the product.
Okay.
And the product was very undeveloped. And
That's polite.
yeah, so looking at him, you got to remember, I'm used to seeing world-class fighters, right? I'm with Floyd, Zab, and all them, right? So then to see this green kid come with no experience, no real qualities, except for the one, which was the tenacity and the zeal to be the best. But you can't see that off of one training session, right? You're just looking at, what you have in front of you, which was, lack of a jab, lack of footwork, lack of fundamentals.
Well, and he's a southpaw.
I mean, southpaw, I like that fact because, that's a good thing. Everybody's southpaw these days. But so they asked me, what do you think? Should we invest? I was like, no, save your money. This kid is garbage.
What changed it then?
Nothing changed it. It's just that, what I told him was, I said, look, if y'all want me to train him, y'all got to pay me up front. I need to get paid because I don't think this guy's going to do nothing. I'm not going to. I'm like, look, I'm not going to be sitting there, I really didn't want to train him because the thing that I really value the most in this world is my knowledge of boxing. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's my goal. So I don't really like giving that to everybody, right? So, but because these guys are my friends, I was like, all right, well, you know what? I'll train him for you guys if y'all want to invest him, but I need my money now. Like every week I need my money. And then I'll train him. So they were like, okay, fine, no problem. So that's why I started training him. No offense to him, but I didn't know who this kid was, right? So then the first week, they didn't pay me. Second week, they didn't pay me. About a month went by, but then remember, these are my friends, so I'm not pressing them for the money, So then a month goes by of them not paying me, but now within a month, I got to know the kid. So now,
every one of your fighters work harder.
I realized that the kid really wanted it, and he just didn't have at the time what it took. And I'm not the type of person that's going, somebody wants it. I'm not going to say, well, just because you don't, I am a human being,
Mm-hmm.
And so since because I developed that relationship within that month's time, I can't turn them away at this point. Now we were friends.
Yeah.
Right. And then I also saw the good thing that he taught me something at the same time that it doesn't take. It's not just about what you see. Is just a, like the Rocky type of thing where Rocky wasn't skilled, but he had the will, and the will means a lot in this game. And he taught me Cody had the will, and that's what I noticed in that month period that this kid really, 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 really wants it, and then we just kept going from there.
Hey, sometimes
I never got
will.
paid, by the way.
What's that?
I never got paid.
Still haven't got paid.
Nope.
Well, Don Collette hit me up. He's like, "Oh, you should have Cody on your show." And then I got talking to Howie Lee, and then we became business partners. And he does my gloves, so I'll show you guys, which are very nice.
Oh, okay.
We got the USG official Final Shot podcast gloves, and then he sends me this poster. This one right here. And I said, who the fuck is this guy on my poster? I don't know who the fuck this is. He goes, oh, it's Cody. I said, oh, okay. I better call Cody first and get a hold of him and make sure I can put him on the internet because I never talked to you.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I was,
until now.
Yeah, I was like, are you cool with this?
Take it down.
Yeah, take it down. Fuck this show. But I've had some comments. They're like, oh, who's that? Who's on your poster? It's Cody Crowley. Why the fuck has he never been on your show? I said, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like me. I don't give a shit, but he's on now. Hey?
Yeah, and that connection, too. You being both of us from Peterborough.
Right.
You got an absolutely stunning picture of me hung up in your office, and you never had me on the show.
It's the new Neverland over here. Well, yeah, and then we never had you, but now we got you on the show, which is good because you're one of the best products coming out of Canada right now, hands down.
I believe we are going to be the face of boxing for Canada. That is what I'm striving to do, and to change the game up of boxing in Canada. So much, like all these fighters, you get Canada isn't known for fighters, right? Mm-hmm. For boxing at all. You get one or two guys from a province every couple years that make a little bit of noise, mm-hmm. But they're not competing on the world level, and then they're too afraid to face each other. They won't fight each other, because basically that ticket seller will be done.
Yeah,
if they do, right? And that's the way it works in Canada, because there isn't enough shows anyways. The promoter only cares about ticket sales. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to change that a little bit. I'll fight anybody in Canada. I don't care. If it's a good fight, let's fight. That's why it took us so long. That's why we started up our own company, so we could do that. Like we could go out and get the first fight we got was the Kevin Higson. Mm-hmm. That was a great all Ontario matchup where two guys with great records and great resumes put it on the line. Same thing even with Stewart. Stewart hasn't fought that many guys in Canada. He was kind of building up his record, trying to cash in on a world stage. But I was able to draw him out and fight him. Everyone's seen me call out Brandon Cook. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get that fight. Everyone's seen me call out Sammy Vargas. I'm trying to get that fight.
It's a good fight.
Sebastian Bouchard. I'm trying to get that fight. I'm trying to be the people's champion for Canada. I will fight anybody. You give me a time and place, and I'll be there, and I'll show up and fight.
I'll be honest with you. I'm glad you fought Stuart McLennan. He needed some money. He looked fucking homeless.
Well, he's a good guy, man. Stuart's a good guy.
Fuck Stuart.
Well, he got paid, and now he can buy some new clothes.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but come on. You don't have to show up and look like an idiot. He looked terrible. No, I'm not saying in the fight. Just personally, like, let's get you a haircut. Let's take you to the dentist.
Have a little bit of pride, right?
Yeah, like maybe fucking get on a diet. I don't know. Do something. He's tough as fuck, though. I'll give him that. Tough dude. The fight I was calling for, and then I found out you guys are in different weight classes now, was the kid from fucking Montreal. What the hell's his name? Stephen Butler.
Yeah.
He still can get it. If you want to come down and wait, he can come get it.
Yeah, he jumped a weight class, I think.
Yeah, he can come get it. I mean, we're not at 54 is not our weight class, right?
We're 47.
We're 47, but we just fight 54 because it's the same day weigh-in. But I mean, it's Steven can come down to 54. There's nothing for him to make 54.
Even this fight, I weighed in at 51.
Oh shit.
Fight.
Okay.
You know.
I didn't know you guys are still doing same day weigh-ins in Ontario. Sometimes they waive that for titles.
No, they never waive it. They'll just do it. They'll just do the day before, but they still official weigh-in is still on the same day.
Oh. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, we don't either. We try to change it.
So, are you specifically trying to change it in Ontario?
But that's the only place that is like that.
Yeah, that's the only place in Canada I know that's like that. So you want to change it there?
Yeah.
So
I think I think the bigger Cody gets, the bigger boxing gets in Ontario, the easier it'll be to change it. These rules are like caveman rules. They had good ideologies behind the rules, but it really is not really practical at the end of the day, right? But it needs to be more attention brought to boxing in Ontario in order for them to really take a look at it, right?
Which it is, though. Like, I remember when I first moved here in 2014, there was only, I want to say, like 8 professional boxing cards in Ontario that year.
Oh, wow.
2017, we had 30, I think it was 32 or 33 cards in Ontario. Wow. So, and I truly feel like I have a big influence in that. I go out of my way every day to, publicize what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, being my own promoter, my own manager, showing these other fighters what to do to get in the situation that I'm in. And now you see there's promotional companies popping up all over in Ontario.
Yeah, there's a lot of fights going on.
All over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I truly feel like, another year or two, we'll have some good pull and be able to hopefully switch some things up.
So are you going to keep your show specifically in Ontario then, or are you going to travel Canada with it?
We typically want to break into the Toronto market, obviously in Ontario, right? My goal and one of my dreams is to sell out the Air Canada Center and fight for a world title there.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, it sounded crazy when I said it 2 years ago, but it really sounds like the next step for us in the next 12 or 16 months.
It's definitely achievable. I don't see why you couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the next game plan then? What are you going for? I see on Box Record now you're suspended.
That's another Ontario rule. Mandatory 30-day suspension.
Yeah.
Just for winning a fight.
Yeah, and anything over 10 rounds, I believe it's a mandatory 30 days.
Yeah, whether you get hit or not.
Yeah. Did you get hit?
Maybe once or twice.
You look fine.
A couple times. Thank you.
So you got a 30-day suspension. Obviously, you're not going to do a Triple C promotion show right away again.
Yeah, no, we'll wait a couple months for sure. We're just basically getting back into the gym right now and learning stages, right? Always trying to pick up, work on some mistakes. I don't know, Ibn.
Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna like after each fight, you try to get into learning mode and try to improve your craft, right? Because when you're training for the fight, like the 6 weeks before the fight, you're normally in trying to condition yourself, so it's not that much time for learning. So this is like one of the most important times for developing Cody as a fighter right now. So we normally take about a month of that, a month or two, a month and a half, and obviously we're getting in shape while we're learning, but the more focus is on learning. Meanwhile, then we start looking for other fights. We want to try to take the show on the road. Not Triple C promotion, but Cody as a fighter, try to get him in all other parts of Canada. I want to fight in Alberta. I want to fight in Moncton. I want to fight, everywhere. So that way, because with these platforms that we have now, if any of these shows, if they're produced, they can be on Fight TV. They can be on these streaming networks where people back home can always pay $10 to buy it, right? And also we're developing Cody's fan base and his awareness in other parts of Canada and not just Ontario. So Montreal, right now I'm talking with a couple promoters in Montreal to try to get them a fight there on their shows, where maybe we'll fight on their show, and then they'll, in return we'll have a couple of their guys fight on our show to bring some good prospects to Peterborough. We're looking out looking in to Edmonton. We're looking with I think Moncton is the other place. That's where you are, right?
No, I'm in Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan? No, okay, no. Well, yeah, New Brunswick, somewhere. As a promoter out there, we're talking to. So he'll fight somewhere there, probably either May or June.
Okay.
And then we probably will have another fight somewhere here in the States somewhere, depending on how he looks. I'm looking for certain things, and then we'll discuss what we're going to do our next Triple C promotions. But we definitely do. Our plan is to do 2 shows a year.
Okay.
In Peterborough, we don't want to do it too much, but we don't want to take too much time in between because, it has to be enough. It has to be frequent enough where it becomes normal for people.
Yes.
Otherwise, it becomes a novelty, right? We don't want it to be a novelty. We want people to understand boxing is there, and I think 2 shows a year is enough for them.
And Peterborough's a busy town with sports, right? So you get in there, you got the Pete's playing, and then you got the Lakers playing, and then you've got Triple C promotions coming in twice a year. Then you got the Peterborough X that goes into that fucking parking lot over there too. So it's a pretty busy place, and to fit in 2 shows in that kind of schedule, it's good. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you guys don't do it in Vegas though.
Oh, that's there too. It's a lot. It's so many different things that we're working with. It's a lot of times people are trying to absorb Cody, right? And they want him to sign, and it's kind of like hard. We got to kind of like stay away from that. So a lot of people try to bait us with stuff like that, like come here, do this, and they want us to give away the farm, and we're not trying to do that. So we got to tread lightly when we're thinking about doing shows in other places, and make sure we don't get caught up in these tricky webs that they have. They've been on this game much longer than us, right?
Yeah.
So we got to just make sure we stay safe. But we have some stuff in the makings for Vegas, but we'll let you know in the future about that.
I like that.
Yeah, man, honestly, we barely scratched the surface of what we are going to be doing. And the potential that we can take things.
Well, at your age of like 25, 26 years old, the road ahead of you is still so long. And to have, like, you got a real good foundation of stuff set up for the future with us, which is fantastic.
Yeah, our foundation is very, very strong right now. And then just the mix of people that we're involved with as well, it's just kind of like endless resources.
Yeah. Right now, if we wanted to, we could sign with a promoter and guarantee a title shot. We can. I have a promoter right now that wants us to do some work with him that can get us in line to fight Pacquiao. Right? It's like but we have to kind of just go the traditional route, and that's definitely what we're not trying to do. If we want to change stuff, we gotta grin and bear and take the hard road.
If you think about it, there's a reason why these promoters make all the money. Mm-hmm. If you're taking a kid from 5-0 to a world title, well, that's going to cost you probably about $5 to $6 million, right? So when he's fighting for a world title, yeah, you're only going to be paying him $150,000-$200,000, right? And you're trying to make all your money back. But that's what we're trying not to do. We're taking this hard, long road. So at the end of the day, when we're fighting for a world title, we're coming at them 50-50. I'm not a little peasant on a string.
Yeah.
That's getting penny, right? I want to split the whole pie.
Our goal, the path that we're trying to take, just so you understand, the long-term path is, we build everything up in Peterborough. We bleed out to eventually the whole of Canada. Once we have Canada, we have a definite voice. We take over. We co-promote with somebody in the United States. Once you have Canada, United States, because now we have a contingency that, we have Canada, United States going to want, who's this kid making all this noise over there. And then we eventually, after United States and Canada together, we take over the rest of the world.
Listen.
2 + 2 is 4, man.
Exactly. That's a lot of fucking work, though.
Yeah, we like that, though. That's called living.
Hey, if you're good with it, I'm good with it. Hit it. So, Cody, you have all the belts in your weight class for the CPBC. I think you have all of them except for obviously like the Western Canadian title or the Eastern. Who gives a fuck about those?
Yeah, the little like knockoff ones.
Yeah, fuck
right?
them. We don't want those. You've got them all.
Yeah.
What do you go after now?
Well, the ultimate goal is for a world title, right?
Yeah.
And that is what we're zoning in on and we're close to. So man, we just got to keep winning. Like I know I love the CPBC, and I really do feel like since I've got involved with them, as I've grown, they have grown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once the fighters see me fight for all the belts, now all the fighters are fighting for the CPBC belts.
Yeah.
So, but there's only so far that can take me if I want to be on a world stage, right? So we're trying to fight for world titles at the end of the day, not Canadian titles.
Okay, let me get your opinion on something then, because I feel that our Canadian titles, like our CPBC titles and stuff like that, are very underrated. Like, a lot of people don't take them into consideration with things for some fucking reason. I don't like it.
It's because where is Canada in boxing?
Well, look, this is what it really is. The way we see CPBC is kind of like they're like us. Mm-hmm. Like we're trying to make it. We have to. We feel as though we are going to be the best, but we have to prove that, right? And we need to come together with everybody, and eventually keep walking our way, and then eventually we will be the world champion. So same thing. That's why we mesh well with the CPBC, because they're like, okay, they're trying to prove that they are, on the same level as the WBA and the IBF, and that's what they want to do. So kind of we're walking the same road together. So everybody knows a belt is only as good as the champion that holds it. Mm-hmm. So if Cody can get to the height that we want him to get to, the whole while we're representing the CPBC on our back, then the CPBC eventually gets to that level where it's recognized as a world title, and that it has that same credibility as WBA, and that's what we want to do. Mm-hmm. That's our eventual goal. But they're like us, they're coming up, and we're coming up, and we're going to all do this together, Canadian style.
Hey, listen, I like the Canadian titles. I love them. I wish that they were a little bit more recognized in places, but it's only going to be when we're strapping them around waists of guys like Cody or females that compete for these titles. So I'm very happy that you do have all three of those.
Yes, sir.
It couldn't be on anybody better's back than yours.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Next topic I want to talk to you about is your nickname is the Crippler. Where did that come from?
Honestly, back in high school, man. I went and won the Canadian Winter Games. So that's like the Nationals falls in the Canadian Winter Games every, I think, like 2 years.
Yep.
2 or 4 years. So when I won that, it was on TSN, and so all my buddies from school and everybody watched it, right? And then one day, I really don't remember. It just kind of came in. Cody the Crippler Crowley, and it just kind of, we were rolling with it. Now we got a promotional company made out of it, Triple C Promotions.
What does it stand for? Just Triple C. What does it stand for?
Cody the Crippler Crowley.
Okay. So your
CCC.
name is the name of the promotion.
Triple C Boxing.
Respect
yes,
it. Nice. So
I figure as my name grows, my company's going to grow together, right? So I'm trying to keep them attached together.
So the Crippler nickname in Canada is kind of profound. There have been a couple different places where that nickname's been. It's been in the WWF, and it's been one other place, but Chris Benoit is the biggest name to ever use the name the Crippler.
Huh.
Did you know that?
No?
Okay, well, Chris Benoit has a shitty story, so we won't fucking talk about it. But I like the nickname.
Yeah, I like it too, man. I don't know, it's hard.
Hey, if you're knocking people dead and they're all crippled up when they hit the ground, perfect.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, so Derek, did we have any fan questions for Cody today?
The fan questions came in a little late. Nothing that is appropriate.
I've got fan questions then because I'm a fan. USG Canada, we are both sponsored by them, but they made you a fantastic walkout vest thing. And it looked like it had some. Well, I know what was on it, but did you have any input into that? What they were making you?
Yeah. I how he approached me, I think it was my very first show. We have a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I just seen a guy who was kind of just like us, where he wants to be the best, and he envisions being the best and what he has to do to get there. And he asked me to wear his stuff, and for my friend, that's his friend, I did it for his sake.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just kind of growing into a thing of its own. Now you see pretty much every decent fighter in Canada rocking USG.
Mm-hmm.
I like to say that I had a great influence on it, and when Howie makes it to take over Rival and stuff like that, he remembers who helped him get there.
Now, there's a heavy beef right now between Rival and USG. It's kind of fun to watch, but
yeah, I wonder. So he is on his radar then, eh?
Russ knows. Yeah. So I'll fill you guys in because I don't give a fuck. Like, Russ Amber can call me on the phone tomorrow and bitch at me if he wants. But Russ Amber is implying that Howie stole his intellectual property.
Oh.
I don't know if intellectual property is a thing, but listen.
Yeah, or can you? Yeah, I don't really think you get in trouble for that.
Like, I don't think that you can copyright an angle on a glove, but if you actually look at the angle on the glove compared to the angle on a Rival glove, I don't know if I have one in here. Probably not. They're not the same. This is what the problem is the angle. So
yeah, no, they're not the same at all. I've used both gloves.
Not even close. I put both on. I have Rival gloves in my basement. They're not even close. But on this show, if Howie made a shitty product, I'd tell you, and I tell everybody else. What is your opinion on USG?
My opinion, I'm kind of like Howie's test dummy.
Yeah.
He sends everything to me. While it's getting made, or if it has an idea for a different style and stuff like that. So I've definitely seen what doesn't work, and we critique it to make it something that does work.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, the final, my final say is I've worn them. Pretty much the only thing you see me fighting in is USG gloves.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
That's a stamp.
I mean, also, same thing. We see Howie the same way we see CPBC. It's like we asking people to help us out and to get on our bandwagon to help support us, and we're trying to go out there and change things. And we see CPBC doing the same thing. We see Howie doing the same thing. So we would be remiss if we wouldn't try to support somebody else that's in the same boat as us, except for in a different genre, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
When we make it to a world title, it's not just going to be us that's up there,
right?
We have a small group of people that we're bringing up with us as well.
You're a little clique of people. I'll tell you though, I have a pair of those blue and silver gloves that were in your last show.
Yeah.
The same as the black and gold, but they're fantastic.
Yeah, I mean they fit good, they feel good. They're slick looking.
Yeah.
So you can't really complain, man.
No. What other fucking questions did I have to ask you? I can't remember now. I think you answered them all. I think a lot of it was like Peterborough oriented.
Yeah, big time. What about you got any questions for the crazy hair over here?
I did have one.
He is a total genius. He has made me go from rock'em sock'em robots to being in the ring with likes of Floyd Mayweather.
What is the relationship with the Mayweathers?
I've been in the ring with 17, 18 world champions now, making world champions puke and throw up, all because of this man right here. Okay. What is inside his brain is priceless.
I got lots of questions. Okay, so name first. Say the name.
Ibn.
Last
Just
name.
think-
You gotta have more confidence.
Just
when you
think
say
it. Just think Ibin.
Ibn.
Yes.
What's your last name?
Casen. Cason.
He's
Yeah,
related
Ibn-
to somebody, right? Who is it?
Oh, Hassan Rockman.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he changed his last name.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, exactly. He changed it back.
I'm not a fan
Hassan-
anymore.
Yeah, he needs to change it back to Casen.
Even Hassim came to Peterborough, man.
Really?
Yeah, he came for the first show.
Yeah, he came for my first fight there.
Wow. Good for Peterborough.
All the stuff you're missing out on.
Come back.
No, fuck you. I do have some questions. We had one, the video guy wants to know, what is your actual relationship with Team Mayweather?
We just colleagues.
Okay.
If he needs help with sparring and he needs southpaw, then he'll call us. But he only calls us when he needs like
Real work.
strong work. Like when he's fighting these exhibitions and stuff like that, he doesn't call us for that because he knows that Cody's a young hungry lion that's looking to make a name off of Floyd at any time he can. So he got to be on his P's and Q's. If we could put Mayweather out of his misery, that's what we're gonna do, right? So he only calls us when if he came back to fight Pacquiao again, then we will work again.
Okay. What is your honest opinion on that shit show that went on over in Japan with Floyd and that little Asian kid?
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
I mean, did he make money?
I hope so.
It's a business. He got to feed his family. I mean, he provided them with an opportunity to fight the world's greatest. I mean, if I was a heavyweight fighter, or let's say you, right? Say you had all the money in the world, and Muhammad Ali was still alive in boxing, and they said, you was a billionaire, and your dream was to box Muhammad Ali. Well, he's not going to box you, but if you make it worth his while, he'll come box you. So that's what they did. They said, hey, this guy's a champion. He's an amazing guy here. Whoever the guy he fought. And we want to fight the best that possibly one of the greatest athletes of all time, and they paid for it, and I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
it had nothing to do with boxing.
Now he's putting it in a way that I can actually respect it. But before you just said that, I was like, well, what the fuck would arguably one of the greatest boxers ever to get into a ring go over to fucking Japan and fight a kickboxer in a boxing match? Why?
Everyone's got to put food on their own table. Right?
He's got
make money make sense.
Floyd's got so much money, it's not even funny.
I don't know, man.
He probably spends it just as fast as he made. I don't know the fucking guy. I've never met him, but he probably.
Look, man, Mike Tyson has so much money, he went broke.
Yeah.
Holyfield has so much money, he went broke. I don't care what you have. The more money you get, the more things you want to buy. Instead of buying a house, when you're a millionaire, you want to buy an apartment complex. Right? Instead of buying when you become a billionaire, instead of buying cars, you want to buy jets, and you jet shopping. You're looking at like you spending $50 million on a jet instead of $250,000 on a Bentley. Like I don't care what you get even more money. You want to go buy an island, right? You don't buy 2 acres, you buy an island and over in Dubai. There's always something to spend your money on, and that's what Floyd does. So don't think he has so much money.
See, I'm different, I guess. I'm wired up differently than that. I'm a blue collar dude, man. I like guns, I like to fight, and I like to fuck.
Yeah. I like the things you like.
But hey, did you guys watch the fight last night? That was on, what was it on? TSN, I think. Here in Canada.
Porter and Ugas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I recorded it, but I haven't watched it. Is it good?
Do you know what happened?
No.
Oh, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you. Unless you want me to tell you. Other than that, watch it. It's a good fight. It's worth watching.
Well, I don't want you to wreck my day, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. I'm going to watch it then. Because sometimes they put these fucking fights on TSN and they suck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they need to put our stuff on. Like, why are they putting that, stuff
that's
over
another,
here when they had their own...
That's the question I had. And I forgot it. Okay. So I was getting geared up to watch Triple C Promotions in Peterborough, Ontario. I sent out a text message. I said, "Where am I watching this?" And they said, "Nowhere." So what the fuck are you talking about? Why can't I watch it? Why isn't it on the Fight TV app or something? Is there just...
It is on Fight TV. It is on Fight TV. Other end, man. It is on Fight TV.
Is it?
Yeah.
The last show
TV.
was on Fight TV.
Yes.
Fuck's
You didn't
sake.
put the blast out.
Huh? I did put the blast date on the C2C page.
No,
On my personal though.
He doesn't want people to watch it because he doesn't like his performance.
I haven't even watched.
You got to take the good with the bad, man. You're not going to have a good performance all the time, right?
So I could have watched it live?
No. We delayed it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See, I was fight night. Where am I watching this? And they're like, nowhere. I said, all right, fine. I'll call fucking Howie.
You could have been ringside, man.
Next time.
Yeah, that's your fault. You supposed to win. You supposed to have been there.
Listen, if I come ringside to Peterborough, I'm getting arrested 100%.
That's okay.
That's okay. We got everyone on our side.
Yeah, we know the chief of police. You'll be out.
All right,
Good.
perfect. I'm just kidding. Hey, you guys hit me up the next time you're in Peterborough for a show. I'll show up.
All right, well, I'm holding you to it.
Please do.
Fuck. Damn it. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Listen, guys, it was a pleasure talking to both of you. I'm really glad that we can make it work. Cody, where can everybody find you?
Follow my Instagram page at Cody Crowley Boxing. Super simple. That's probably where you're gonna see all my content daily, what I'm doing, what we're training on, working on. That's the best place to stay up to date with everything.
Ibn, where can they
Yeah.
find you?
Ibn, same thing. Instagram, Ibn Casen.
Okay.
On Instagram. Same thing.
You can drop
But-
your
but-
phone number on here too if you want.
The ladies love it.
No, we're not doing that.
You ever been to Vegas?
No. Oh yes, when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Come to Vegas. Come see us. Introduce you to some cool people and get you training.
Good deal.
Perfect. I like it. Guys, you can always find me at Bad Guy Boxing on the Instagrams, Tanner Wilshaw on Facebook, or the Final Shot Podcast on Facebook. It's www.finalshotpodcast.com. You go on there, you can buy the Bad Guy stuff. Get yourself the Bad Guy hat. They're not fucking around. If you want to look like a bad guy and you're not one, you can always fake it. I'll send Ibn one. Just kidding.
There you go. I need that.
All right, guys. Real pleasure talking to you. Don't be a stranger, Cody. Come on the show whenever you want. It's an open forum for you whenever you want to do it.
Sweet. Sounds good, man.
All right,
Nice to
guys.
meet you, man.
And that's the final shot.
take care.
Peace.